Welcome to my kidney unboxing video. Yep, my kidney unboxing video. I will try to make this a long story short, but I doubt I'll be able to because so much happened in such a short amount of time. Basically, this past December, I ended up having to go to the ER due to very sudden, severe pain in my lower back. And it was kind of centralized around the right side. Got to the ER, and everyone there thought it was a kidney stone. I had a lot of the typical symptoms of it, so they put me in the machine, did a CT scan, waited for the results, and when they got them back, the doctor came in and had started out by asking if I often have lower back pain. And I was like, well, yes, every single night, basically. And she was like, okay, it's not a kidney stone. You have an obstruction in your ureter. And I'm like, what? So what it's called is a UPJ obstruction, which is something that forms when you're a baby, when you're in the womb and, you know, everything's forming. And it's basically, so the ureter is what connects the kidney to your bladder. When you have a UPJ obstruction, it doesn't form properly, and it forms with just an obstruction in it. Normally, this is something that they catch when you're a baby or a child. This is like a pediatrician problem. Not me, no. I was nearly 25 when we figured this out. I have had no history of kidney stones, of kidney infections, of bladder infections, UTIs, none of that. I think I've had one kidney infection once, like over a decade ago, and that was solved with antibiotics, and I was fine. Other than the back pain that I would have most every single night that we could never find out the cause from. We went through mattresses, I saw a chiropractor a couple times, I tried sleeping differently, could not figure it out. Turns out it was because my kidney couldn't empty itself all the way, and it was just so swollen for so long. So after all of that, I was still in the ER for several days. Ended up getting transferred over to another hospital where they put in a nephrostomy tube. If you know what a nephrostomy tube is, you know that it sucks and it's awful. If you don't know what it is just a tube that they put into your body, directly into your kidney, and it drains the fluids from your kidney into a bag that is attached to you. I had it strapped around my leg like a little holster. I hated that thing. It's something that no matter how healed it is, it will always be uncomfortable and a little painful. And also just having what I called the piss bag on me, not a good look, not fun. Luckily, all of this happened in the wintertime, so I was wearing pants and not shorts. And you can even still see the scar from the nephrostomy tube right here. I hated that thing so much. But when they did the procedure to put it in, almost immediately, they were able to drain the bag, which had filled up with like a quart full of fluid from my infected kidney. And by fluid, to quote the nurse that emptied it out, as she called it, it looked and had the same consistency of turkey gravy. Now, it doesn't take an expert to know that your kidneys should not be producing turkey gravy. As I said, I was very sick. I had a fever that would not break for almost a week. It was like in the 103s at one point. It was very bad. I was hallucinating. We were doing good. So once they got that in, drained out the turkey gravy from my kidney, I felt a lot better the next day. Got discharged a couple days later, and then lived with that nephrostomy tube and piss bag for about a month. And during this time, I had several more doctor's visits. One of these included a renal scan. And a renal scan is a test that determines the functionality of your kidneys. They basically injected me with some radioactive fluids, put me in a machine, and then watched as the fluids went through my kidneys. I actually got to watch this. It was pretty cool, all things considered. You get to see them light up like a Christmas tree. And I have the doctor's notes here, which I thought were extremely funny. So, impression, normal left kidney. Small, poorly functioning atrophic right kidney, contributing an estimated 5% of overall renal tubular function. My dumb idiot right kidney sucked. So at that point, basically the bare minimum for them to want to even attempt reconstructive surgery was 20%. This was less than 5%, as the surgeon ended up explaining later on. So at that point, it was kind of a no-brainer. Either leave the kidney in and then suffer chronic kidney infections and, back pain until the kidney infections would probably eventually turn septic and then kill me. I was not a fan of that. I would much rather have the kidney outside of my body and not have that back pain anymore or reoccurring kidney infections. And so we made, quite frankly, the very, very easy decision to just go ahead and get the kidney removed. Hi, Maple. So they had set the surgery date quite a bit out. I think it was like a month out from the renal scan because that was the availability that they had. They ended up getting me in earlier, which was quite the relief because I was very ready to have that nephrostomy tube and my kidney just out of me. I was sick of all of that at that point. But before all of that, I got a silly little thought in my head. I thought it would be really, really funny to keep my kidney after the surgery. Not in my body, of course. No, we already decided against that. It didn't work out in the first place. No, I wanted it outside of my body. I envisioned it in like a mason jar. Just like a clear mason jar that I could sit on my shelf and then like shake if I wanted to. If you know me, you know that this isn't out of the ordinary for me. I literally have some little vials of ashes from my burned down house. So like I figure, I already have a good start for an oddity shelf. May as well, get the crown jewel, the centerpiece of my oddity shelf, being my right kidney. Explaining this to the doctors was rather funny. The urologist that did the surgery on me, he was such a good sport about it, even though I was being incredibly annoying about it, just asking constantly, because none of them had ever had this type of request before. Because it's weird. It's really weird. Who would want this? Get down, Maple. But he figured out how to make it work. They had to call so many people, figure out what procedures they had to do in order to get it done. And the day of my surgery, I get in there and the nurse hands me a slip of paper and explains it to me. And it was a paper that I had to sign in order to retrieve a biological specimen. Now, I was really excited to find out that I was going to be keeping the kidney after all of this. I was extremely, extremely nervous about the surgery in general. Before all of this happened, the only surgery I had ever had was to get my wisdom teeth removed the year prior. So this was a bit of a jump. This was rather scary. But that kind of broke through some of the nerves a bit. And I was very excited to know that after everything, I would have my kidney. I'd have my weird little kidney. But the surgery was performed laparoscopically, which meant that they got to go in with a robot and do less like huge cuts into my body. In fact, you can, Mabel, move. In fact, you can see one right here still. I have 5 of these little ones along my belly where they cut in, they inflated me full of gas, which then gave them room to go in with the robot and cut my kidney out of me. The biggest scar that I have is right under my belly button. It's about 2 inches long. And yeah, so they didn't have to gut me like a fish to remove my kidney. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think the surgery took about 4 hours in total. And then I woke up and was annoying to my surgeon all over again, which I'm sure he enjoyed. But yeah, everything went well with the surgery. I only stayed in the hospital for 2 nights after the fact. What's funny with that type of surgery, they would kick you out the next day if you're able to. I felt awful. Due to the gas, every time I'd move, it just felt horrible. But I went back home after 2 nights on the 3rd day and recovered at home. And of course, the fun thing about the laparoscopic surgery, with the gas that they use to blow you up so they can perform the surgery, they try to get most of it out. But what they aren't able to get out likes to settle underneath your diaphragm and irritate the nerves that connect to your shoulders. So after the surgery, the worst pain wasn't from anything in my abdomen. It wasn't from like any internal stuff. It wasn't from any of the cuts. None of that. No, it was because my shoulders hurt. It literally, I would sit up and it would feel like my arms were about to fall out of place. It was awful. That lasted about 10 days. So after all of that, I was as right as rain. I was perfectly fine. Day 11, literally no more pain. The only thing I would really feel is that if I like pushed on the wounds, I would feel like a little bit of pain. But that was it. Who would have thought getting an organ removed would be that simple? So then my kidney went through pathology. They determined it was not cancerous. Yay, just useless. And then I got the go-ahead to go pick my kidney up. I was so excited for this. I was practically skipping into the hospital, skipping into the lab to retrieve it. And the funniest part was one of the ladies at the pathology lab, she had seen my Black Widow video, you know, the one that I took. It was 5 days post kidney removal, where it had snowed quite a bit here in North Carolina, and I put my whole cosplay on to take pictures out in the snow, and it went like super viral, which was crazy. And she had seen it. I thought it was so funny. But after that, I was able to pick my kidney up and take it home. And here it is in the giant red hazardous material bag. Yeah, you can see it here, like danger, that they gave me. There's even a sticker here that says danger contains formaldehyde. And don't you guys worry, I have proper equipment to handle all of this stuff. In fact, I'll show you guys right now. I have these disposable gloves that I'm going to use in order to handle everything involved, because even I don't want to touch my own kidney with my bare hands. I have a respirator because I personally don't want to be breathing in the formaldehyde fumes. And then I have this medical grade plastic container. Now, this isn't as transparent as I would have liked, but it is opaque, which I think I will still be able to view my kidney shaking around in here. And of course, I'm outside, which is a well-ventilated area, and don't worry, Maple is far away. I think she's running around in the grass somewhere. So, with everything here, it is finally time to unbox my kidney. I'm so excited for this. It's been a few weeks since I've had the kidney in my possession. I just had to figure out exactly what I was going to put it into. I wanted to do a mason jar, but at the advice from the pathologist, they basically said that they would worry that the formalin would cause any metal lid to rust or any non-medical grade plastic lid to just melt and dissolve. So I found on eBay, this is medical grade plastic, and I am hoping it'll work. I have high hopes. Either way, my kidney's going in this by the end of the day. So, with that being said, I'm going to put some of these gloves on. And I think I'm going to put a second layer of gloves on. I don't know if I need it. I would feel more comfortable with them on. And we got the gloves on, 2 pairs, nice and safe. I'm going to take my glasses off and put them way over here. And I'm going to put my respirator on. Okay, I have no idea how well you can hear me with this, but this is just what it's going to have to be. So, with that being said, let's start to unwrap the kidney. And they tied this knife pretty damn tight. Oh my god. This bag is huge. Yeah, look at this. Infectious waste, biohazard, danger. This is beautiful. I kind of want to keep this as a souvenir. As if the kidney isn't a souvenir, but you know. Oh my god. Oh, it's so full. I haven't looked at this before. Oh, here we go. Danger, contains formaldehyde. They got these stickers everywhere. Okay, it's finally time for the moment of truth. Let's open it. Okay. Oh! Oh my god. It's brown! The formalin is brown! Ew! Ew! Why does it look like that? And the kidney, it's just stuck to this... Oh! Ew! Oh my god, I don't know what I thought the formalin would look like. I guess maybe clear or something? But it's so brown! It's so brown! And the kidney is like spotted and awful looking. Oh my god, I'm gonna see if I can get it off the side. Oh my god, it's floating. That's disgusting. That's so gross. That's so gross. Oh my god, ew, why does it look like that? Oh, my eyes are watery. Okay. I mean, ew, oh. Oh! Ew! Ew! What? Ew! Why does it look like this? Oh my god. Oh my god! I'm clearly not a doctor, so I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but I feel like this isn't correct. This is insane. Ew. Oh my god, it feels crazy. It's so textured. Like, what are these spots? Look at this. Look at how absolutely insane this looks. This is disgusting. This is so gross. Like, is it supposed to be spotted? I don't think it's supposed to be spotted. Is it supposed to be gray? Ew. Oh. I can't believe this is what it looks like. It looks so nasty. It's so gross. Oh my god. Oh my, okay. Okay, I think it's time. I'm going to set it in my new container here. Here it is. Here she is. Yep, there she is. And I'm going to carefully pour in some of the formalin, because I gotta keep it preserved. Oh my god, there's another chunk in there. Ew. 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 There we go. Okay. I'm gonna pour a little bit more. I think that's enough. I think that's enough. Okay. I'm going to take my top layer off. Okay. And now I'm going to take my lid and screw it shut very tight. Oh, okay. And shut this all the way. Take you out. And I'm going to set this aside. Okay. Whoa. That's insane. That's so gross. Okay, I know I for sure have a line on my face right now from the respirator, but I don't care. This is insane. This is so disgusting. Why does it look like this? Like, you see this color, right? Like, this is so nasty. This is so gross. You can see the spots. Oh my God. You can see the little guy. There he is. There's the little kidney chunk. What? I don't even know what part that came from. It was just swimming around in the bottom there. It's so... Ew. This is so terrible. Oh my God. This is gonna be a beautiful centerpiece for my new oddity shelf. I probably shouldn't shake it that much. Well, that's it, I guess. That's what poorly functioning infected kidney looks like outside of the body. And now I have this forever in a horrible little cup filled with horribly colored formalin. Wow. I'm fascinated by this. This is like, I'm gonna be so annoying about this. Every time like someone comes over, a friend or family member, I'm going to be, hey, do you want to see my kidney? I will be showing people so many pictures of my kidney. I'm gonna be so irritating about this. Oh my God. Anyways, so if you ever have to get a organ removed, like your right kidney, and you would like to keep it and you don't know how, well, this also served as a tutorial for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. So subscribe to my channel, I guess. Hi, Maple. Are you gonna say bye? I'm apparently back on YouTube now. I haven't posted on here in God knows how many years. I don't even remember. This won't be a reoccurring thing, trust me. I'm running out of disposable organs to film removal unboxing videos for. But I'll post like cosplay stuff, you know, maybe like tutorials, photography things. I don't know. Something here. Something. But yeah, subscribe for other videos. Follow me on other platforms. It's all the same username basically. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Say bye, Maple.